Hey, loves. So I was reading this article today, and it was an interview with Candace Bushnell. For those of you who don't know who Candace Bushnell is, she is the writer who wrote Sex and the City, the book that, of course, inspired the HBO TV series by the same name. And she's written a book now talking about whether or not there's still sex in the city, whether or not dating now is easier or more tough than it was back in the 90s when she wrote this book. And I wanted to come and talk to you guys for a little bit because she made a point about online dating and about how one of the reasons why it is tough for people to find their Mr. Big that Carrie had or to find their ideal partner is that online dating is rampant, and she says that people don't take online dating as seriously, and because so many people meet that way, that is why finding your perfect partner is so much more difficult. Now, I'm going to agree and disagree with her at the same time about that, because here's the thing. There was a study done in 2017, and it found that 39% of heterosexual, so men and women, 39% of those couples met their partner online. That is not a small number. And if you've been following this page, you know that I posted a recent study from Stanford University that found that online dating has become the top way that people are meeting their partners. Online dating has been on the rise. Meeting people, say, in a restaurant has been on the rise, where meanwhile, the number of people who have met by being introduced by family members, the number of people who have met by being introduced by friends, the number of people who meet at work, or the number of people who end up marrying someone that they went to school with, the number of people who meet at church, all of those things have gone down, while online dating has gone up. Again, 39% at the time that study was done of those couples who were interviewed met their partner online. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the 3 biggest mistakes that I made when I did online dating, because no, I did not meet my husband that way. He and I met in real life, but I did do online dating for a little bit. And I'm hoping that by sharing the mistakes I made, you'll be able to look at those and not only consider online dating, but also to do it right. So, number 1 is keeping the relationship online for too long. So this is not just online dating sites. This is also if you meet somebody because they slid up into your DMs on Facebook or on Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media network that you use the most. If you meet someone online, there's nothing wrong with that. That is great, in fact. But the problem is that, yeah, there is still a matter of people not taking it as seriously. Yes, there are still things with catfishing. Yes, it's a lot easier to lie when you're online. It's a lot easier to be someone other than who you say you are. So you need to meet someone online and then take it in real life as soon as possible. So if you meet someone online, you think that they're a potentially good match for you, you've learned a couple of things about them, then you need to start saying, hey, when can we meet in person? How soon can we meet in person? And you need to arrange that. And if someone is reluctant to meet you in person really soon, then that's really all that you need to know. And this goes in general too, not just online dating. If you meet someone in real life and you hardly ever actually see the person in the flesh, like most of the time when you see them, most of the time when you communicate with them, you are communicating with them, say through text messaging, or you two are posting on each other's Facebooks or on each other's Instagrams. You want the relationship to be as much in person as possible. Because here's the thing. You get tone wrong in text messages. Someone can text you something thinking that it's a joke, and you read it and you don't think it's a joke at all. You also can't see a person's body language when it comes to communicating with them through text messages. There are so many different things that you can't tell, you can't see. You can't really see someone's true expression, someone's true mood. It's harder to tell if someone's telling the truth when you are talking with them via text. That you need to be able to spend as much time together in real life as possible to really get to know a person. And yes, I'm saying that even though nowadays, for example, I have an iPhone, yes, we have things like FaceTime, but there is something about a person in person. There's something about being able to feel their energy that really gives you a better idea of who this person is. The second mistake that I would say, hey Diana, the second biggest mistake that I made when I did online dating was using the phrase at least. And honestly, this doesn't just apply to online. This also applies to meeting someone in real life. Way too often, what happens is you get into a point where you haven't gone on dates in a while, or you've been going on a bunch of incredibly terrible dates and you start lowering your standards more and more and more. So I heard the joke, and actually it was mentioned in this interview, well, at least he isn't a serial killer. I would hope that your standards are higher than that. But I've seen people say, women say things like, well, at least he has a job. At least he wasn't that rude. He made one or two jokes that I was uncomfortable with, but at least it was only one or two jokes. At least he split the date with me. At least he didn't ask me to pay for all of it. You need to stop using the term at least. Have standards and stick to those standards. Point blank period. There should be no more at least in your life. And the third mistake that I made when it came to online dating that I hope you will learn from is that the problem too often with online dating is not online dating itself. And again, I keep talking about online dating, but this actually applies to any relationship, even when you meet someone in real life. And this also goes to the text messages and things like that. The problem is that people focus on dating skills, attraction skills, and they don't focus on relationship skills. What I mean by that is, it's not that hard to learn how to attract someone. So attraction can be in the way you talk, in the way that you walk, in the way that you present yourself, wearing a pretty outfit, doing your hair very nice, putting on makeup. Attraction's not that difficult. Even dating skills, it's not that hard to be impressive on a first date, because think about it, you really only have to be on your best behavior for an hour, 2 hours. Like, most people can be on their best behavior for a couple of hours. Most people can get along with another person for a couple of hours. What you need to be learning are real and true relationship skills. So this is learning how to communicate with someone past, what are your favorite foods? What's your favorite color? What's your zodiac sign? What is your whatever personality test that you are into nowadays? I know there's Myers-Briggs, ENTJ, by the way. I know there's the Enneagram one, which I have not done. But, anyone can have conversations like that. You and I can meet in person and have an hour-long conversation, and I promise you that it is going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time. But can you go past that first date and learn how to truly cultivate a relationship with someone? Learn how to truly bond with someone. Do you have the skills to make someone want to get to know you better, so that they don't just say, oh, she's nice, that was a cool first date, she's just as nice as a couple of other girls that I've gone on first dates with, maybe I'll continue to go out with her while I go out with these other girls? Or do you have the skills to make someone be like, wow, there's something special about her, I only want to see her again, and I want to have the second date and the third date and the fourth date. I want this to turn into a real relationship that turns into real commitment. Dating skills and attraction skills are not enough. You have to learn how to develop true relationship skills. So again, those are the 3 biggest mistakes that I made during online dating. I hope that you will learn from those and that they will be helpful to you. And if you have any questions, feel free to hop in the comments, because I will come back and answer those if you're doing it on the replay. And I will talk to you ladies soon. Love you all. Bye.